Hey guys, hope you're having an amazing day. Today's video is all about crypto tokens and coins and what drives their performance in today's complicated market. But before we start, please like the video and subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing more crypto content for you. Much of the crypto world is by definition cryptic and difficult to understand. But two crypto trends are crystal clear. Both talent and money are flooding into the digital currency market. Almost every day brings a fresh announcement of software developers from Google or financiers from JP Morgan joining crypto startups that are about to revolutionize something. Indeed, while the total market cap of cryptocurrencies has fallen from its previous heights, it is still above the $2 trillion threshold. That's the equivalent in value of the entire German market, which includes such blue-chip companies as Siemens, BMW, and Volkswagen. It is as easy to invest in crypto today as it is in equities. But what is actually being brought is not as clear. When an investor purchases Shiba Inu, a token with a $15 billion market cap and a Shiba Inu hunting dog mascot, SHIB tokens are deposited into their digital wallet. But what do they really own, and what drives SHIB's performance? Theoretically, the more popular the token, the higher the price. But does that relationship hold up in practice? Let's investigate. Tokens versus coins. Before diving in, we first need to define some basic crypto terminology. A token is a smart contract based on a blockchain, while a crypto coin is the native token of a particular blockchain. For example, ETH is the coin of the Ethereum blockchain, while SHIB is a token based on Ethereum. While all coins are tokens, not all tokens are coins. The number of tokens has exploded over the last couple of years, and tokens now outnumber coins by a factor of 8. Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain account for a combined 85% of the market share of the blockchain infrastructure layer where tokens are bought and sold. This raises the question of whether all of the 1,000 or so coins currently available are necessary. Over the long term, they probably aren't. Token financing. Crypto startups are financed through equity and tokens. Raising capital via equity means issuing shares that are privately held by angel investors, venture capitalists, and the like. These shares represent an ownership stake that entitles the recipients to dividends and proceeds when the company is sold. Token financing is very different. It gives investors no legal claim to the underlying business. As a consequence, token and equity investing are not really comparable. Naturally, startups pursuing token financing need to convince investors there is value to be gained by participating in the token sale. The typical pitch is that the startup's product requires the use of tokens. This can create rather complex ecosystems that resemble small economies with their assorted stakeholders. The startup is the equivalent of the government, the product of a stand-in for goods, the users for consumers, and the token for the currency or medium of exchange. Since each token represents a currency, demand and supply should determine its price. Token and coin issuers can influence supply. Bitcoin, for example, limits the number of tokens to 21 million, and Ethereum has bought back ETH tokens and burned them. Since the tokens represent cryptocurrencies, their demand should be influenced by their popularity. Correlation of token prices and token volumes. The relationship between the product of the startup and the underlying token is not straightforward, however, and is thus hard to evaluate. Stockholders would love to own shares in a booming revenue-generated business, but token investors have no claim on such cash flows. Worse, token investors face an information deficit since startups release little to no financial data on the underlying businesses. This puts them at a major disadvantage relative to equity investors. The best way for token investors to understand the value of their holding is to interpret the change in token volume as a proxy for the demand of the associated product. The more popular the product, the higher the demand for the token, which should reflect an increasing volume of the token on the exchange. But that relationship doesn't hold up between scrutiny. The rolling correlation between changes in token volume and token price across all tokens between 2014 and 2020 on both a monthly and annual basis is close to zero. This indicates that there's no positive relationship between the business of the startup and the price of the token. But what about the correlation between token volume and the price for all tokens? The crypto space has its share of bad actors, and some token issuers may be more interested in fleecing underinformed investors than in building long-term businesses. So what if we limit our universe to only the most successful tokens by market cap? The top 1,000, the top 100, the top 50, and the top 10. The last of these categories has a combined market cap of approximately $100 billion and includes Chainlink and Uniswap. These tokens are associated with products that have some of the largest user bases in the crypto community. If they were normal companies, their equity would be quite valuable. Again, the correlation between volume and price is negligible, no matter how it's measured. So perhaps product and token have no bearing on one another in the crypto space. But if product utility doesn't drive token performance, what does? The obvious answer is speculation. In cases like Shiba Inu, this is pretty obvious. SHIB is a meme token with no underlying product. At best, it is a gamble on other investors piling in and driving up the price. This represents speculation in its purest form. Investors are simply playing a game of musical chairs and betting that they will find a seat before the music stops. Axie Infinity provides a good case study of how this dynamic plays out. An online game in which players battle each other to earn tokens called Axie Infinity Shards. Axie Infinity became popular in 2021 as a source of income in such emerging markets as the Philippines and Venezuela. The token system based on the Ethereum blockchain was designed so the players must purchase digital pets called Axies with AXS in order to compete. The price of the AXS token increased from $5 in May 2021 to a high of $160 in November 2021, before declining to around $47. The volume rose significantly when prices spiked in July 2021, but not during the AXS bull market in the 6 months thereafter. There were periods where the price and volume moved in tandem, but on average, the correlation was only moderately positive at 0.5. Correlation of coin prices and coin volumes. But tokens are only one side of the crypto equation. What about coins? Do they exhibit the same dynamic? Theoretically, the price of both tokens and coins should be driven by their utilization. With tokens, the price should be determined by the business. But as we've seen, that relationship is hard to verify. The price of coins, on the other hand, ought to depend on the number of transactions occurring on their associated blockchains. The more startups launch their token on Ethereum, presumably the greater the demand and the higher the price for ETH coins. But again, the correlation between coin volume and price was just as low as it was for tokens. This suggests the utility of coins does not have a significant bearing on their prices either. Maybe there's no relation between coins and their utilization via Bitcoin or BTC and Ethereum, ETH. The two coins with the largest market caps of $900 billion and $400 billion respectively. The correlation did not exceed 0.5 for either of these over the last 6 years. Of course, the correlation between stock price and trading volume is also quite low. So the premise of this analysis is easy to challenge. Plenty of bear markets over the decade have seen the stock prices of companies with great fundamentals fall. Both tokens and stocks at times benefit and suffer from investor greed and fear. So what's the difference between crypto and equity investing? The key distinction is that great companies can distribute earnings and dividends to shareholders, regardless of the market environment. There's no parallel in cryptocurrency investing. There is also no equivalent of the buyout when equity investors are paid a premium for their shares. Even worse, currency investing is a zero-sum game. For every investor who profits from a US dollar or BTC position, another loses the equivalent amount. Fortunately for crypto investors, fiat currencies have been on the losing side of this trade for a while now. But that trend is unlikely to last long unless blockchains start providing more utility and become more than just vehicles for speculation.